Today is the exact day of the founding, 120 years ago, of the Denver Women's Press Club. And many of you know this little story, but I wanted to remind you that there was not a women's press club in Denver until Minnie Reynolds, who worked with the General Federation of Women's Clubs nationally and locally, found out they were going to do their convention here in Denver in 1898. Now, I'll tell you this, the reason they chose Denver is because it was the largest city in the entire world where women had full voting rights. Wow. And of course, we all know that Minnie was a very key leader in that suffrage campaign in 1893. She was one of several journalists, and of course, women journalists were the prime movers in the suffrage campaign in 1893 in Colorado. When you think about it, there was no internet, there was no telephones, there was no Facebook, there were no Instagram, nothing, no Twitter. The tool that women had to get the word out in their active pursuit of full equal rights was the publication, the printed newsletter, the printed newspaper, flyers, Rocky Mountain News, the Queen Bee, everything between women-owned newspapers to informal handouts to the official mainstream press, which was the Rocky Mountain News, at that point, and the Denver Republic. So Minnie, the reason Minnie becomes so important, as many of you know, is because she was she was the society editor at the Rocky Mountain News. And she and her friend Ellis Meredith became leaders in the suffrage campaign because they were the only women that had space in the Rocky Mountain News. Wow. And where people could read their words throughout not only Denver but throughout Colorado. So Minnie, I won't tell you the whole story about how she became the society editor at the Rocky Mountain News, but she used that position as the press secretary for the Colorado Suffrage Association and got 75% of the newspapers statewide to write editorials in favor of women's suffrage. Now you know it was a referendum, and what gender were all the voters? Male. Male voters. So that was no small feat to get these male editors to support the suffrage cause. So we all, again, I wore my suffrage sash, and everybody asked me the colors: purple, gold, and white. I'll tell you what they mean. They were national suffrage colors. The purple is for the glory, the royal glory of womanhood. The gold is for the crown of victory, which was the gold. And the white was for purity of home and politics.